Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Where are we, Brody? All right, we're on our way up for our deer hunting trip. We're going up for a week. It is Friday, November 4th. We're in between, I don't know, we're somewhere east of Wawa right now. We're taking a back road. My cousin told us a shorter way should cut 2 hours off our trip. We'll see. We're in the middle of nowhere with no cell signal right now, so we'll see if we make it out in the right direction, but we're just on our way up. Temperature's looking good. That's what we're hoping for. Some cold weather. We see some ice on the side of the road. Should be another, I don't know, say 14 hours, 15 hours from where we are now. We should be there tonight, and then we'll get out and do some scouting tomorrow and see how it goes. Well, it's the first morning of our hunt out here in northern Ontario. Real calm morning, no wind at all. It's a little bit frosty out there, but it's not too cold. It's above zero right now. I've already heard a gunshot, so we're on ground land here, and someone else must have got lucky already. We found this area yesterday. There's a ton of trails through here. There's lots of deer. There's tons of tracks. We found a couple scrapes, rubs. Haven't been here before though, so we're just gonna kind of see how it goes this morning and see what happens. Really wish it was colder. Wish there was some snow on the ground. It'd make it a lot better, but we'll make do with what we got, I guess. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the morning. Hopefully we see some deer. Our trip here. We haven't seen any deer yet from the watch. There's one on my trail cam last night. There's one on John's the night before. I don't know if he's checked it yet this morning. But we got in here nice and early. Probably an hour before legal light. We've been sitting here letting everything calm down. The weather's just not cooperating. I'm pretty disappointed about it, to be honest. I'm kind of down, but I'm trying to keep hopes high. Just a little nervous that the deer won't be moving much with this warm temperatures like this. This morning it was 11 degrees on our way in, which is not what you want. I was hoping it would be below zero and we'd have some snow on the ground. Get the deer moving, hopefully see some more rut activity, but it doesn't look like this week's gonna
like that, unfortunately. Gonna stick with it though, stay in the stand. We're gonna get our surplus doe tags today, so hopefully in the next couple days we see them and we can at least get some meat on the ground so we don't go home empty-handed. And then after that we'll hunt for a big buck. The rut should be kicking in. We saw a little buck cruising on the road on the way in there today. Anyways, you can see the sun coming up there behind me. It's a beautiful morning, other than it's a little warm. So I'm just gonna sit here, soak it in, be quiet, and believe that I'm gonna shoot a big one, I guess. We'll see how that goes.
At the start of a hunting trip, you always think you have all the time in the world to make it come together. But I knew better than that. So with it being the second day and not feeling too confident with where I was at, I decided to get up, take a walk, go real slow, be real quiet, and see if I could scout out some new deer sign and possibly come up with a new game plan to make something happen. Deciding to change things up is never easy. You never really know what's going to happen. Things could get better or things could get worse, and that's not always a good feeling to have. But when I decided to make a change on this day, I was glad I did.
I'm just walking down this trail here, and up in front of me, a spike buck ran out. About 20 yards, stopped, looked at me, snorted, and took off. I saw another deer up in the brush with him. It was a nice 8-pointer. He wasn't huge, but I don't know, a rack like this on him. I caught some footage of him running by. They went up to my left, and then the 8-pointer ran back past me. With them running around like that, it makes me think that there's a hot doe in this area. I couldn't see any other reason why they'd be running back and forth like that. So, the wind, I'm pretty sure I should be okay for wind direction. I don't know where they went, but I'm gonna just ease up in here with the camera on the tripod, and I'm gonna leave my bag here, and I'll come back and get it. We'll see if I can get another look at what's going on in there. I'm walking back actually, and I'm noticing a lot of crossings here that I didn't see before. Found a few rubs too, so that's a good sign. Hopefully that doe stays in the area. That's the only thing I'm hoping, because where there's a hot doe, every buck in that area is going to come there, especially if it's the first doe into heat kind of deal, start of the rut. All the bucks in the area are probably going to smell that sooner or later in their travels and start hanging around that area, so hopefully I'm there waiting when they come. I'm sitting in the blind here. It's an evening hunt, and since about half an hour before now, there's been timber wolves howling back and forth, and man, is it ever cool. It's the coolest thing, just listen to them, they sound so neat. if they do it again. But we're hunkering down. Spike, he actually bred the doe, or he was trying. I got some footage of that. I had to shoot through some brush, but pretty sure I put up a good solid hit on her. I'm gonna walk over there in a minute and check the shot. We got those extra doe tags. I figure I might as well get some meat, so we'll check it here in a minute. But it's so thick now that I'm out of the blind. I don't know exactly where it was standing when I shot it. It makes it kind of difficult. I got good news. I was having trouble finding it where I hit it, and I walked over and it's so thick in here I couldn't tell because it was through the brush. Like, how far? Sorry, I thought I heard something else. And I still got a buck tag. I thought I could see it perfectly from the blind, but through the brush, it's hard to tell exactly how far away it was and where it was standing and whatnot. So I'm walking through here, and I went back in the blind. I looked at the footage. I looked through the bush, and I was like, okay, it was right behind this twig. Just keep walking in that line with the window, and you'll find where it was standing. So I kept going, and it was actually a lot further than I thought. And I found some scruffed up area here on the ground, which I'll show you in a minute. But and I'm looking in that, I'm like, oh, come on, no blood, no nothing. And then I find a bunch of hair, and I look down the hill, and there's blood everywhere. And about 5 yards past that, there's my deer laying there, and I thought she ran away into the bush, but apparently not. It just dropped, fell right down the hill, rolled down the hill. So I'll film it here in a bit.
Due to this area having such a high deer population, you're allowed to buy 2 extra doe tags, and you get that along with your normal buck tag that's good for the whole province. So after shooting that doe, I held out for a big buck, and the action was pretty steady. Now, I didn't notice this at the time, but when I reviewed the footage, I realized this deer had something sticking out of the side of its body. And what I think it is an antler. I think another buck gored this buck when they were fighting and possibly had an antler tip break off in his body. I don't know what else it could be other than a stick that maybe as he was getting chased by wolves he ran into a tree, or a deadhead fell over and hit him. But I believe it's an antler, and it just goes to show how tough these animals are, considering he came into rattling looking for a fight.
Well, that's it. That's the 2016 deer trip over with. Legal light just hit there. Can no longer shoot. Tomorrow we're going to leave, so tonight was the last sit. Didn't get it done on a big buck, which is kind of disappointing knowing that I can't go again tomorrow morning, to be honest. I was really hoping for it. I know they're up here. Great area. Saw a ton of deer. I think I saw 6 or 7 bucks this trip, and 11 deer total, and a little bit of rutting activity, but the weather just was not good. If it was warmer, or if it was colder, sorry, instead of warm, we would have definitely had better luck, but it just wasn't. It was unseasonably warm, no snow. The big bucks, I just had a feeling they're just not moving in daylight very much. The little bucks are out trying to get things going with the rut, but the big ones just aren't yet. So we didn't really see too many. I saw that nice 8-pointer. Kind of regret shooting him now, obviously, but you know, that's the way it goes. If you really want to shoot a big one, you can't shoot the little ones. So even though he was a nice buck and he was bigger than the last one I shot, I don't feel too bad about it, because there's always a chance that monster could have walked in. So I guess until next time, that's it.
Before I conclude this video, there's one more thing I want to show you guys. This deer was taken by another hunter in our camp, and this was the caliber of deer that I was after. I might not have got him this year, and I might not get him next year, but it's the challenge and the mystery of the hunt that keeps me coming back for more year after year. And in my life, I'm going to get one of these. I'm going to go the extra mile to make sure it happens.